Finishing up the front nine today for Horrorfest on this Saturday, and it is 68 degrees. Real feel is like 73. It's very warm today. Felt very warm today on my track. So this sets up, I don't know, makes it a little difficult because we saw that van that resembled the Tool van from Summer Party Massacre, but like I said, too warm for that and too early for that. And there is a formula and a science to picking movies, especially Horrorfest, if you really think about it. And so today, I've got ideas that would be great to close out the front nine, because you really want to finish that front nine strong. And last night was a 1900 film called Uncle Josh's Nightmare, which ended up kind of in the bogey range, very, very short, a little over 2 minutes. Some interesting early experimentation of special effects, but not much other than that. So it ended up being a bogey. So you really want to finish with at least a strong birdie on to gain momentum going into the back nine. Okay, so there's some of the ideas though for today makes it a little bit difficult mainly because of the weather. I think I see a softball over here. Mainly because of the weather. So there are some films that would be perfect to line up for today for a Saturday, but they don't work because of the sunny and warm weather, or because they're too early. Here we go. Let's pitch it back on the field like I'm at Wrigley. There we go. Got some nice atmosphere here though. You look at that. So when it comes to like getting a birdie or better, it's not as easy as just picking a great movie and just say picking a movie like Omen 2 and just popping it in the VCR and like, there's my hole in one. If I did that today, okay, on this sunny Saturday, even though it's in Horrorfest, and you're watching that film, all the snow in there, okay, you're looking at probably a double bogey. So you've just wasted a good film. It's kind of like unintentionally advancing the runner to third on a ground out, on a weak grounder to second. Good job, but it's nothing. It's so like an example of a hole in one that I can think of. The first one that pops into my head would be February I believe it was like February the 12th, somewhere in there, 2021. It was the month where you got to watch Omen 2 anyway, and we had the video of the Jersey Mike's walk in the deep snow, very I want to say like cloudy, kind of dark skies, not sunny. And actually, I was going through right here talking about it, and then watching Omen 2, it was just like an easy hole in one. Not some things that I couldn't control, but also being patient. So some things I could control. So that would be a hole in one. Also, you know, maybe doing a Blood Beach, say late August, like maybe before an ocean trip. Now, another one would be maybe Santa Claus 1959 comes to mind if things all set up perfectly, like around December 22nd or something. But Blood Beach, by the way, is not off the table as far as Horrorfest. It's never been in Horrorfest, and that goes back to even the early days of Horrorfest, before I started keeping records of the films. For example, if today was a like 80+ degree unseasonably warm day, and so was tomorrow, and I went to the there's a dang sweet gum that needs to be cut down out here, and I was planning on going to like the ocean, say tomorrow, then Blood Beach would certainly be on the table. So that would be a thing that, you know, it could happen. I'm not saying it would never happen, because it very well could happen someday. Probably not this year. All right, so, and those are a couple of things to consider: weather, timing, placement. Another variable that I haven't really talked about much is you don't want to come on too strong, say out of the gate, and keep that going like 3 nights in a row. You know, you don't want to go with, say, 3 straight serious, bloody, fast-paced horror movies. It's kind of like a concert set list. You know, starting out with 2 or 3, you know, really good numbers that are kind of fast-paced, and then you kind of slow it down a couple, and then you pick it back up again. Okay, so yeah, we saw Gideon do this with Friday the 13th, 2009, and then Halloween Ends, and then I think it was like Ash versus something, and then he kind of slowed it down a little bit where he watched The Fog, I believe it was. Something that's, you know, a little slower paced movie. You know, so the last 3 films in my Horrorfest have been, we had back-to-back 60s films, Island of the Doomed and then Blood Feast, and then followed up by a 1900 movie. So tonight, to close out this front 9, it's probably going to be something more in the 70s or later, to be, because it'll have to be something really good, because you really want to have one, you know, nice and laid up there from the fairway. I mean, on the green for an easy 2-putt for birdie, or a long 1-putt for an eagle. Okay, so what is that going to be? I don't know. Because of the way the weather is, it really narrows down the options. And I have like 2, maybe 3 that I'm thinking of. It takes a lot of thought put into this, and if I can come up with, do some research and do maybe add one more, say 3 or 4. Maybe we'll do a one for all the marbles, or a full round of trivia to have you guys decide on the plot. So like, yeah, so today it sets up kind of a conundrum, because there's some good ones that would work for a Saturday, okay, but they're kind of cooler weather movies. There's some good ones that work for warmer weather, like today, but they're more like weekday type of films to watch. So I got a couple ideas. They're both kind of, you know, in that birdie territory, but they need to be timed out right. It's kind of like you know, Gideon, how Van Halen usually won't waste jump for, you know, won't stick it in the middle of the show. They wait, keep the audience hanging, you know. Same way with Horrorfest. Okay, you gotta save the big guns for late, usually. At least a couple of the big guns. So that's kind of the way it goes, guys. So this is Horrorfest, and look at this kind of thing. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. You just, you know, kind of go through and look for some atmosphere. Hope to pick up some more ideas. I might even, I'll definitely do some research back into old Horrorfest set lists, as well as resources that I have, and also searching the internet, things that would work for today. So very surprising the way this has been. It feels more like a late September kind of day, and you're not seeing a whole lot of changing of colors just yet. I mean, a little red here and there. You can see that red right there. So yeah, it feels more like late September than it does October the 22nd. And I didn't even consider doing, like, making an ocean run today, but I mean, it would have worked out pretty well, because it's like the real feels 74 or something down there. Of course, you don't know the wind and all those factors, but I don't know, guys. Definitely want to do one probably next week, because that's the one thing you kind of watching there. That's the one good thing about having warmer weather. I'm seeing some 70s, low 70s, but I'm seeing a lot of cloud, and things change by the hour as far as forecast, as you know. But there's something magical about the, like, an ocean trip intertwined with Horrorfest, like having it going on at the same time. The anticipation of the next film and coming down the home stretch. We are now finishing the front 9. I hope you guys are watching a good horror film today, this evening. It's gonna be tough. Also, I'm gonna pay attention to the skies tonight and see what happens. Things might change. Who knows? Maybe it'll get cooler. Maybe storms will come in. Probably not. But all right, take a look at the nice trees here. Of course, they've cut down in here. So, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? It's exciting. Ooh, just think, this time next week we'll be coming down. 3 nights left, but right now gotta focus, gotta do some research, gotta do some one for all the marbles. Go Buckeyes.